He is right. It is me, Zoe Human. And I am not the only human. No, that's not it. We've got other humans and we're having a real talk about all things health and especially with women's wellness. Well, Kiredi is a health movement for young people by young health professionals that aims to improve access to health services for youth and have mobile health services in communities for youth and anyone else who comes to use these services. As we know, with August coming up, we have National Women's Day. So today we want to highlight the many challenges that confront young women in our country when it comes to their anatomy, their body, screening, everything. So we have two professionals in the building. Doctors, welcome. It's a pleasure. Dr. Sibu and Dr. Afifa, young doctors from the Kiredi. So I must get my African languages right. Kiredi program. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you so much for having us.
I'm so excited to have you guys here, and I know Zoe is as well. I know that you've been on the show before. I know it's your first time today.
Yes, my heart is beating so fast.
You'll be fine. We love it. Even the doctors are here. Even the doctors are saying to you, know, we're checking our own heartbeats. To jump right into it, you know, when it comes to women's health, it is such a layered discussion because for so long, women's health has been sort of tossed to the side and ignored. And, you know, we get put on like you've got a high pain threshold and you can deal with this and this and this. What are the dangers of, you know, what are the dangers when it comes to women's health and specifically not going for checkups? What are the dangers and the impacts around that?
You know, Lauren, generally, women are placed in our society as the caregivers and nurturers of our society. And I think that they deserve to be just as cared for as well as nurtured. And by doing that and nurturing their own health, it actually allows for early detection, which essentially allows for better outcomes and decreases the likelihood of complications.
It makes so much sense as well. Like, yes, you can be a mother and a wife and a sister and all of those things, but before any of it, you are a woman, and that's okay. You're allowed to be you as yourself before all of the other titles and roles. It makes so much sense.
Well, Dr. Afifa, passing the baton to you, what strategies has Kiredi put in place to implement and promote this health for women and highlight the importance of seeking healthcare?
So with Kiredi, we really hold women in high regard, and because we offer them family planning options that are available to them whether or not they decide to have kids. So they can sort of choose any option that, you know, suits their lifestyle and the life that they would like to lead. Kiredi also offers pap smears, which is a vital sort of screening that all women needs to do, you know, every 3 years if you're HIV positive and every 10 years if you're not. And then also like chronic healthy lifestyle diseases like your diabetes, your hypertension, your STIs, HIV. We also do screening for those type of illnesses, and that I think is important for both men and women.
I love that there's also so much variety with screenings, you know, like just go in for all of them. Why not? Just go and do all the screenings. If they're available to you, then jump into it. You know, when it comes to, you know, some baseline knowledge, some sort of 101, what would you say it's important for women to know to improve their health?
So, as I mentioned before, we do the HIV testing, and it's so important for women to know their status, whether or not they decide to have kids. You know, they should know this before they fall pregnant, and because they are engaging in sexual practices, it's important for them to know their status to have safe sex practices. Another one that's quite important is the cervical cancer. It's one of the most common cancers that women experiences, and that's why it's so important for them to do the pap smears, because the pap smear would inevitably detect HPV, which is the virus that causes cervical cancer. And then last but not least, it's the breast examination, the self-examination that we should all be doing. And we need to know what's normal and what's not, because breast cancer is also one of those cancers that are quite common in females. So we really need to, do those type of examinations on a day-to-day basis, really.
What age would you recommend a woman start these sort of
Very
tests?
good question.
So at any point where you have started developing breast tissue, you would want to then make sure that at least monthly you are doing the examinations. But like Dr. Afifa said, as soon as you are, any frequency that you're able to do them in is good enough, because it makes you more familiar with your normal.
Even, like, I'm thinking about, you know, a young woman sitting at home right now that is freaking out about the idea of, like, you know, how do you do a breast exam on myself? And I'm sure there's so many ways that the young old Google machine can give us lots of diagrams and graphs. And I know that people are always very scared. You mentioned, knowing your status. And people are always petrified. Like I can say, just so that nobody at home feels alone, every time I go donate blood and they test, I'm so nervous. Even if I know my own lifestyle, I am so nervous. And I think it's such a human thing. Like it's okay. Now, when it comes to the incredible things that Kiredi does, can you tell us a little bit more about, the WhatsApp line, how people can get a hold of the clinics, where the clinics are located, all of that really, really good info that I know everybody at home has got a notepad and a pen ready to take down.
So you can access our WhatsApp line at the number 060-019-0000, and you can access free, non-judgmental and confidential health advice. And furthermore, there's a lot of information about the health services and health issues on all our social media platforms at Kiredi SA across the board.
I feel like we need to repeat that. It's free, it's confidential, and the last one?
Non-judgmental.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. We love it.
For instance, for someone under the age of 18, do they need to come with a parent, or how can they get in touch?
So with our WhatsApp line, you actually don't need to, it's not a technical consultation. You can ask for health advice. So you don't necessarily need to have a parent come with you. It becomes different, obviously, if you are then going to access physically healthcare services. But anyone can access our WhatsApp line to just receive health advice to see if they do need to, take an issue further, or if it's something that, needs to be addressed.
I love that Kiredi is able to do that because it provides accessibility above all else. You're literally jumping on your phone. Let's say you're somebody that doesn't have Wi-Fi at home or you don't have data. You slide through whatever takeaway places nearby, and you can just WhatsApp. Again, free, non-judgmental, and confidential.
So
how can it get better?
It doesn't. Ladies, thank you so much for your time. For you at home, remember to visit www.kiredi.co.za for their weekly mobile schedule. The mobile schedule. What does that mean? What does that mean?
It's where all our mobile clinics will be located, where you can access our free healthcare services.
Okay, perfect.
So you can just, take a young screenshot, write it down in your diary, download, do all of those things. It is so incredible. And I love that we've got these two incredibly strong female doctors in the house with us today. And we had a little sassy moment off camera. Have you ever seen the tweet? It says, oh, Mrs. or Miss, but the answer is doctor.
Doctors.
I love that for you guys. I know that you are two incredibly, young, just powerful doctors, and you're able to share the knowledge. And thank you so much for joining us. And I'm excited.
No, definitely.
So excited.
I am excited. And remember, the mobile clinics are available in the Western Cape, KwaZulu-Natal, Gauteng, and the Eastern Cape. Kiredi also has a WhatsApp line, so make use of it, no matter your age. Take care of your health and be safe this Women's Month.